everybody, it's Sarah and welcome to day 20 of Bookmas, and today we're gonna talk about my 5-star predictions for 2021. But if you want to know about any of my other videos that I've done so far for Bookmas, the playlist is linked down below and up there. Also, if I talk about any videos that I've already done during Bookmas specifically in this video, they will be also linked down below, just extra aside from the playlist, and they will also pop up whenever I talk about them. So now that we have that out of the way, before we get into the actual books, let's talk a bit about what makes a 5-star book for me, although I have done a whole video talking about my rating systems and reviewing and whatever that I've done a few days ago. So go and check that out if you're interested in my whole process. But generally, what makes a 5-star book for me, I am really bad at predicting 5-star books, because basically 5-star books aren't necessarily books that are particularly well written. They tend to be. That tends to be important to me as well, for a book to be well written, but that more has to do with my enjoyment specifically and me enjoying books more that I perceive as well written. I know nothing about literature aside from reading a lot, so if I perceive a book as well written, that's just like a personal criterion. But more important than me perceiving a book as well written is a book that I give 5 stars has to be a book that touched me in some way. If it's because I found it especially funny, if it's because I found it especially moving, if it's because I found it especially intellectually challenging or anything, it has to touch me in some way. I have to feel touched by the book to give it 5 stars. And a lot of times before I read a book, I will not know whether or not it's gonna be a 5 stars. So if you've seen me comparing my 5-star predictions for 2021 with my actual ratings, you will have seen that I was hilariously bad at actually predicting which books I'll give 5 stars. And yeah, it just they were all good books, but yeah, not necessarily all of them 5 stars. However, I am still gonna attempt the same this year. Some of those books are gonna be books that I'm just gonna plan to read in 2021, and other books are gonna be new releases for 2021. I will try to keep 2 books that I plan on reading in the first half of the year, because I might want to do a second video for the later half of the year. And so yeah, let's get into it. The first 5-star prediction I have is The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang. I just have heard so many great things about this book, and it follows one of my favorite character tropes, which is a mother, and apparently it's also heartbreaking and it's an epic fantasy, and it just sounds like it's all the ingredients for a 5-star book for me. And yeah, the only reason why I wouldn't give this a 5-star is because I'm scared that my expectations are too high. So yeah, but this is the first book on my 5-star list. The second book on my 5-star list, let's get all the non-new releases, all the backlist books out of the way, is if I manage to read the entirety of the First Law trilogy and maybe even the First Law World, some other books, in 2021, I have the feeling that at least one of these books is gonna be a 5-star. I don't know why, because I tend not to enjoy adult high fantasy written by men that much anymore, but for some reason, the First Law gives me 5-star vibes. I don't know why, but it's just, I get those vibes, you know? It's what I get. We're gonna see, in half a year or at the end of the year, if I was correct. Another book where I just get those vibes from is The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick, I think the author was, or the author duo, the pen name. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm absolutely in love with this cover, but for some reason this gives me 5-star vibes. Also, there's 2 anthropologists behind this. Both of the authors have studied anthropology, so I don't know, I have a lot of trust in maybe there being some elements of culture that I can really dig my claws into and that I can really, really enjoy, and hopefully this ends up being a 5-star. Who knows? This is just gonna be me the entirety of this video, just being I get those vibes. I couldn't tell you why exactly I think this is gonna be a 5-star read, but I think this is gonna be a 5-star read for me. The same kind of can be said for A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I mean, this is a polyamorous bisexual Dracula retelling, which just sounds so good. It doesn't sound like a book that's necessarily gonna be one of those 5-star reads that's gonna move me a lot, you know? Not move, but like emotionally move me, but it just sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like for what it is, it's probably gonna be a 5-star read. And I think I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. And that's why it's on this list. Also, Son of the Storm by Sui Davis Okungbowa. I don't know why, this cover gives me 5-star vibes. I have no idea what I'm basing this on. I have no idea what this book is about, but it gives me 5-star vibes. So that's what I'm gonna say this is gonna be. That's why this is in this video. I have a more specific reason for Unfragile Waves by E. Lily Yu, and that is because this is literary fiction. And if I pick up literary fiction and I end up enjoying it, it tends to be 5 stars for me. Like, literary fiction for me very rarely falls below 4 stars. Or if it falls below 4 stars, it tends to be just because I don't enjoy the book at all in general. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a 5-star because it's like literary fiction. It sounds like really heart-wrenching, heartbreaking, like all the feelings, all the hard topics, and I'm here for that. And that's why I think this one is a 5-star. So my storage was once again full, but the last one is The Forever Sea by Joshua Philip Johnson. And again, this just gives me vibes. Also, it's an environmental fantasy. I've never heard of environmental fantasy. Why shouldn't it be a 5-star? I think that's just kind of what I'm going with for this 5-star predictions, is like not thinking at all about why a book should or shouldn't be a 5-star, because maybe then my hit rate will be higher than last time and not just like 2 books out of the 10 or whatever the amount was that I had in that list. But yeah, those are my 5-star predictions, and I guess we'll check back in 6 months and see how many of these books I have read and how many of the books that I have read were actually 5 stars. And I'm gonna be excited about that. And with that said, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving me a thumbs up and also maybe subscribing. Tell me in the comments down below what your 5-star predictions are for 2021. Do you get the same 5-star vibes from some of the books that I talked about in this video? And yeah, all the links to my social media are in the description box down below, so go and check those out. All the links to my book club of Queens, Witches and Valkyries, where we read 1 adult high fantasy book written by a woman per month, are also in the description box down below, so go and check those out if you're interested in joining. By the way, I also get a lot of vibes from the books that we're gonna read in that book club, probably, but since I don't know yet which books we're gonna read in the book club, I cannot say, you know, which books are gonna be 5 stars. You know, I cannot get vibes yet from any of the books, that's what I mean. And so yeah, with that said, that is it for this video, and I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!